What's going on?
Nothing, just thought I'd stop by on my way to work. No, I'm not doing court for 20 minutes. I still haven't heard about your date.
Oh, please.
Lindsay, come back here. Wait up. Where are you going?
I have to talk to Claire.
Man, you walk fast. Long legs. I think somebody doesn't want to talk about it because it went a lot better than she wants to let on. Did it go a lot better?
Oh, all right. You got me. It might have been the best date I've ever been on. We had an unbelievable dinner, and we talked until they closed the restaurant, and then we went home, and we had sex all night, and I really and truly believe that this guy is the one.
Oh, defensive sarcasm. It went well. Very well.
Did not go well. Did not go anything. Why do you even care? Hey.
Hey, guys. To what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm just here to get some ballistics. They are not with me.
Okay, I take it this means I don't get to hear about your date.
Is this a homicide?
No, poor thing died in her sleep on a plane back from Mexico. Autopsy's mandatory because she was returning from a foreign country.
She looks so peaceful.
Nice vacation, good last meal, couple drinks on the plane, and you doze off during an in-flight movie. Not a bad way to go.
I hope I go in my sleep. I hope I go on top of Clive Owen. You die your way, I'll die mine.
I don't want to die, period. Why are we even talking about this?
Because you won't talk about the other thing.
Stop it. I'm serious.
Oh, my God.
Claire.
Not you.
What is that?
It's a drug balloon.
My guess is heroin. So much for a good last meal. Miss Thang's stomach's full of them.
Rumor is you went on a date. Some of the guys are asking me if it's true. They want to know if they can ask you out.
What, like you're my father and they need your permission? Tell me you've never told anyone they need your permission to ask me out.
Mr. Iverson, I'm Inspector Jacoby. This is Inspector Boxer. We spoke on the phone.
Please come in.
No. My mother was 80. She never drank. She never smoked. My kids adored her. She was the perfect grandmother. How dare you come in here and accuse her of being involved in something like this?
No, wait. My wife's right. Okay, this has got to be some kind of mistake.
Perhaps it wasn't by choice. Someone may have threatened her with violence and forced her into swallowing the drugs with the intention of retrieving them once she returned to the States.
If that's the case, then we're looking at a homicide.
So you knew she was in Mexico?
Yeah, she went down with a group from her retirement community.
What was the name of her retirement community?
Pacific Shores.
Nice.
How much do you think it costs to stay in a place like this?
I don't know, but stay close. I don't want anybody mistaking you for a runaway resident.
Hell, if I thought my police pension would pay for this, I'd retire here tomorrow.
Well, it's about time. I wasn't sure when you were going to get here. Oh, let me look at you. I like the hair, but how many times have I told you jeans are for cowboys? Why can't you wear a skirt? You have beautiful legs. I'm sorry, Winnie Spencer. I'm Jessica's mom.
Inspector Jacoby.
I am Lindsay, Inspector Lindsay Boxer.
Are you sure you're okay, honey? I know it's hard, but you'll find somebody else.
Winnie, this isn't your daughter. Jessica moved to Boston, remember?
She said she'd come visit.
I know. I'm sure she's just been busy. We'll try calling her later, okay? Come on. Sorry.
Old girl has Alzheimer's. Harold Larson, how can I help you?
We're looking for Administrator Alan Douglas.
Down the hall, I'll be happy to show you. You, married?
No,
Boyfriend?
none of your business.
That's a no. Too bad, but not uncommon among strong, beautiful women. Most men find them intimidating. Fortunately for you, I do not. So what do you say we hook up for dinner tonight? Shall we say 8-ish?
Let me get back to you on that, Harold.
We pride ourselves on keeping our residents healthy, happy, and safe.
Well, Edna James is none of those things right now.
Why was she in Mexico?
Vacation. A former resident, Martin McCain, left a sizable bequest to us. It was his wish that the money be used to take residents to a spa he frequented in Mexico. He swore its waters had healing powers.
Healing powers.
I know. But the fact is, a week in the sun and sand does do miracles for some of the residents.
And who goes with them on these trips?
They're accompanied by a nurse and our social director, Reese Bentley.
All right, well, we're gonna need to speak to everyone that was on this last trip.
I'll get you a list of names. All the residents are here, and I think the nurse is working as well today. But our social director, Reese, didn't show up. She hasn't been in since Edna died. I guess she's still grieving.
Okay, what guys?
What?
Who's asked you if they could go out with me?
You really want to know?
No. No, I'm just kidding. I bet it was Fong, wasn't it? He's the one guy in the bullpen that I've always caught staring at my ass.
Well, then you should look over your shoulder a little more often.
So I'm guessing Reese shoots up with heroin, gets a little lightheaded, and takes a header through the coffee table.
Sounds about right, but I'm not sure she hit her head hard enough to kill her.
Overdose?
I'll let you know when I get her labs back.
Found this in the bedroom. Looks like she brought back more than a tan from Mexico.
So Reese escorts a bunch of senior citizens to Mexico. When they're lounging by the pool or tucked in their beds at night, she makes a heroin buy. Back in the privacy of her room, she packs the drugs in balloons and somehow convinces one or two of the old folks to swallow the drugs.
Once they're back at the retirement community, she gives them a little prune juice, and after a day or two of bedpan patrol, retrieves her drugs.
I like it. Hey, does somebody get a sample of this? It's probably what she used to cut the drugs with.
Okay, got it, Inspector. Need evidence back.
You, got a minute, Inspector?
Yeah.
I was wondering if you wanted to have coffee sometime.
Who are you?
Hollis. I'm robbery homicide.
You are not asking me out over a dead body.
It was just coffee. Your partner thought it was okay.
Get out of my crime scene. Go!
Let's take a walk.
I don't want to walk.
Yeah, you do.
You think this death is connected to Edna James?
It has to be. But don't put that in print yet, okay? I don't want to spook anybody else that might not be involved.
Got it. I'll dig around, see what I can find out about this Mexican spa. I'll get you a search warrant for Pacific Shores and comb through our parolees, see if anyone knows anything about this drug operation.
I'll know more once I've done the autopsy.
I don't think Reese Bentley worked alone, so I'm going to go back to the retirement community.
Do you really think that somebody has been using old people from a nursing home as drug mules?
Nothing surprises me anymore. Actually, strike that. The detective that just asked Lindsay out over a corpse, that surprised me.
So how have you been, Robert?
Good. You know, keeping busy.
Working?
Oh, yeah. Here and there, it's odd jobs mostly. I'm, still doing my music. Putting together a demo tape.
Are you in a program?
On and off. I'm clean. I'm not holding Jill, I swear to God.
Relax. It's okay. I had them bring you in to ask you if you've heard anything about old people being used as drug mules.
Old people. No.
Would you mind asking around?
Sure.
I ran into your parents a couple months back. You ever talk to them?
Not so much. They ask about me?
I'm sure they'd love to hear from you. My boyfriend's an ER doctor over at Mission Cross North.
Boyfriend? I should have married you when I had a chance.
He also works at a free clinic twice a week. He can help you get back into a program.
Thanks. For everything.
Where's Lindsay?
Sorry, couldn't tell you.
Hold up. I need to ask you a question. It's about my wedding.
You're asking the wrong girl.
No kidding. Look, I'm going to invite Ed, right, since we work together. And, of course, he is going to bring Claire.
She is his wife.
But we're not going to invite you.
Didn't expect you would, but thanks for making a point of telling me.
No, I didn't mean it that way. Just, look, I am going to invite Jacoby and most of the other guys from the bullpen, but I feel a little weird inviting Lindsay.
Maybe there's hope for you after all.
But I don't want her to feel like I'm shutting her out. But the ex-wife, new wife is just... She'll understand if she doesn't get an invitation, right?
I think she'll get through it.
Okay, I hope so. I mean, she barely got through our wedding.
It really wasn't her fault, was it?
I guess not. My family can be a little trying.
A little. Your brother stuck his bare ass in the wedding cake.
But in his defense, it had been cut.
Goodbye, Tom.
Reese has worked here for over 8 years, and she's never shown any indication of the things you're talking about.
Do you have contact information for her next of kin?
Yes, but I know for a fact that her parents are out of the country. Reese gave them a cruise to the Greek Isles for their 40th wedding anniversary.
It's an expensive gift.
I have a right to be informed.
Just try and calm down, Winnie.
Jessica, what is going on?
It's okay, Mrs. Spencer. We're just doing a security check.
Harold's telling everyone you're looking for a bomb.
A bomb?
No, there is no bomb.
Well, I knew you'd be coming back to see me. What the hell was wrong with him?
Up against the wall.
Jeez, you could have at least taken me out to dinner first.
What are these?
Those are my love mints.
For treatment of erectile dysfunction.
It's strictly recreational. I don't need them. Really.
What about this? Is this recreational too?
That's medicinal for my glaucoma.
Did you bring your dope back from Mexico too? Were you a drug mule, Harold?
What are you talking about? I got it here. I have a prescription for it from Dr. Poole. Dr. Stephen Poole is the community physician. Ask somebody if you don't believe me.
Oh, I intend to. As a matter of fact, we're interviewing everyone who went on this last trip to Mexico with Edna James and Reese Bentley. And if I find out that you were involved in smuggling drugs... What?
Nothing. A little tightness in my chest. It'll go.
Harold. Harold. Damn it. I need some help in here. Gotcha. Are you kidding me? 2 people have died, Harold, and I am trying to find out why.
If I find out, will you have dinner with me?
Look, no one's copping to any drug muling, and the canine unit didn't find any heroin, but we've got 4 more residents holding pot, all of whom have prescriptions from this, Dr. Poole. Now, he didn't go on this last trip to Mexico, but he's been on previous ones.
My contact called to say somebody new's been bringing in heroin. Not a lot, but enough to piss off the local suppliers. He's still looking for more information.
So what about this Dr. Poole?
Dr. Stephen Poole, his license was revoked in 1999 because of a substance abuse problem. He had it reinstated in 2003.
Hey, Boxer. How's your date?
That's it. Listen up. I have an announcement.
Hold on a second.
Since everyone seems to be so damn interested in my social life. Yes, I went on a date. It was a one-time thing. I am not officially back on the market. Even if I was, I wouldn't go out with any of you losers. Okay? Stop staring at my ass, Fong. So, any other questions?
I have a question. How come Councilman Ogilvy's 78-year-old mother was strip-searched in her retirement home this afternoon?
No one was strip-searched. Unless Jacoby got a little freaky behind my back. He does have that golden girl fetish.
This is funny to you.
It's a little funny. No. We had the drug dogs go through the retirement community where Reese Bentley worked.
Did they find anything?
Well, several of the old-timers had pot, including Mrs. Ogilvy.
You're kidding.
But they claimed to have a prescription for it from their doctor, who, strangely enough, had a drug problem. He's in the interrogation room. Jacoby and I are about to go break him. Any other questions? Good.
Do not encourage her.
Why was your license suspended?
I developed an addiction to painkillers following a cycling accident. But I entered a diversion program. I've been clean for 4 years. Look, I'm still subjected to weekly random drug tests. It's on record. Why are you asking me this?
You prescribe marijuana to senior citizens?
If there's a medicinal need.
Come on, medicinal?
Yes, depending on the...
And were the drugs found in Edna James's stomach medicinal?
What drugs? I wasn't prescribing anything for Edna.
What was your relationship with Reese Bentley?
I didn't have one.
Were you giving her drugs too?
No, wait, stop. Stop, slow down. Now, am I a suspect?
At least we're all on the same page.
Well, I'm guessing this is the part where I demand to see a lawyer.
Good guess.
Claire just called, says she's got a problem in the morgue.
What kind of problem?
Edna James had high levels of loperamide hydrochloride in her system.
Is that some sort of poison?
It's an over-the-counter anti-diarrhea medicine.
Probably to keep them from passing the drugs until after they got home.
Reese here shows no indications of drug use, no track marks, no needle-popping signs anywhere on her body. She was a good girl. She exercised regularly, ate a macrobiotic diet, used her sunscreen, got her first tattoo recently. Nothing big. Just a little butterfly on her hip, the kind of thing no one would know about if she didn't want him to. She waited until she was in her 30s to ink her body. Not some rash act of a rebellious teenager.
So she was either forced to shoot up, or someone put her head through a coffee table and then gave her a hot shot to make it look like a drug overdose.
I'm afraid it's worse than that. The heroin we found in Reese Bentley is the same as the stuff in Edna James's belly. And I've got 3 more ODs. This one, and 2 others in the fridge. The heroin has all been cut with methylfentanyl, a powerful analgesic 5,000 times stronger than morphine, making it lethal.
Sorry. I got here as soon as I could. My editor's holding space on the front page.
I figure the sooner we get word out on the street about the bad heroin, the sooner we can stop these bodies from piling up.
Oh, God.
Do you know him?
Yeah, I went to law school with him. His name is Robert Grannies. I called him in today to see if he could find anything out about seniors being used as drug mules.
So he was your street contact?
He had this in his pocket.
Who's Vega?
We're still trying to track down his next of kin.
I know his parents. I'll call them.
We don't know how much of this stuff was brought in or if it was the only shipment. These are the photos of the drug packs, and when I know more, you guys will too.
You got it.
Thanks. Excuse me, Mr. Iverson.
Inspector. Just had to come down and pick up Edna's stuff. My wife couldn't bring herself to do it.
I know this is difficult for you, but we are doing everything we can to find who did this. Is there anyone you can think of that entered your mother-in-law's life recently? Someone new she was seeing or she was talking about?
Oh, I mean, her life revolved around her friends at the retirement community. We did get into a bit of an argument recently, though. She wanted to change her will to leave part of her estate to one of the nurses. And when Edna put her mind to something, well, let's just say Noni and I would have never gotten married if we hadn't eloped.
What was this nurse's name?
Logan. Logan Young. If you ask me, I think she had a crush on him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What are you doing?
I went out with the boys, shake down a couple of informants for old time's sake. I knew a mid-level drug dealer named Vega when I was working gang task force. I thought it might be something, but it seems nobody knows where he is.
You can't be doing that. You're the lieutenant.
You worried about me? You see this?
Yeah, at least the word's getting out there. Okay, I'm coordinating with narcotics and the DEA. This is not your typical black tar chivas. Somebody cut it with methylfentanyl before they even brought it in.
So they messed up?
Or it was done on purpose. Jill's contact said there was a new, small-time importer that was pissing off the locals.
What about the doctor suspect?
Well, so far he checks out, but we're still digging. I'll let you know.
I need you to take care of one more thing for me.
Yeah, what's that?
Undercover guys arrested her for trying to make a buy.
I swear to you, I was not buying drugs. I was inquiring about them. I was trying to find out what I could about this drug muling. Next thing you know, this guy is slapping cuffs on me.
Sounds kinky.
How are you doing?
I talked to Robert Danny's parents. His mother's on her way down to claim his effects.
Well, Tom knew of a mid-level drug dealer named Vega. We're running his name through the database and trying to track him down.
I shouldn't have asked him to help.
You are not responsible for this.
No.
No. Reese Bentley was squeaky clean. I think she was murdered and set up.
Well, her financial records and lifestyle show no signs of additional drug money income. What about her parents' cruise? Looks like she was saving for that for months. Well, the Mexican spa seems reputable. It's a nice place. There's maybe a bit of hype about the healing powers of the natural spring, but it's nothing questionable.
The powder I found in Reese's carpet was vermiculite. It's a mineral often used in insulation or fireproofing. There were no other sources in her place.
So it could have come off of someone's shoes, which lends credence to the theory that she was murdered. And she probably knew her killer, because I doubt that dog of hers would have let a stranger in, which probably leads us back to the Pacific Shores retirement community.
On a whim, I pulled the financial records on the residents from the home who passed away over the last few years. Several of them left portions of their estate to a nurse, a guy named Logan Young.
Wait, Dennis Iverson said that Edna was trying to change her will to include Logan Young.
Ladies, we may have a winner.
You're very popular with the residents of the Pacific Shores retirement community, aren't you, Logan? So popular, in fact, that several of the residents have put you in their wills.
I spend more time with them than their families do.
Well, isn't that your job?
As a nurse, yes. But I became their friend, confidant. If it made them feel good to remember me in their wills, who am I to refuse?
So was that the scam? You befriend these old people, gain their trust, get them to put you in their wills, and then what? They weren't dying fast enough, so you decided to put them to work as drug mules?
You're crazy, all right? I like my job. I like the people I take care of.
Then why is Edna James in the morgue from a toxic drug overdose?
His car is clean.
You searched my car?
It's parked on police property. We are getting a subpoena to search your house.
All right, you don't need a search warrant, all right? Go ahead. Knock yourself out. I got nothing to hide.
You also got a phone call from your boyfriend, Harold. Says he needs to talk to you.
That's who you should be talking to if you want to know what's going on at Pacific Shores, especially with Edna, since Harold was sleeping with her.
Shut up.
It was. Her, Winnie, and several others. Look, there's more bed hopping going on in a retirement community than a swingers club. Trust me, I walked in on things no man should ever see.
It must be his love mints.
He is half past 100, and Edna was a sweet old lady.
They're old, not dead. Bet she was having more sex than you are.
Is this your son, Robert, Mrs. Danny's?
I tried to get my husband to come, but I think Robert died a long time ago for him. Oh. This is when he was 8. He was a handful. I wish he was that age again and I could start over.
Does the name Vega mean anything to you, Mrs. Danny's?
No. I used to pretend I hadn't heard from him because he had met someone and he ran off to Europe where he was living happily as a musician. That's what he'd always wanted to be.
There was a tape of his music with his personal effects.
Please. I know he'd want you to have that. The son that I want to remember is still running around the yard chasing the dog with a hose.
You look like you can use some chocolate. There's something so wrong with a parent outliving their child. I can't imagine getting a kid all the way to college. You think they've survived all the trials and tribulations of childhood. Running in the traffic, drowning in the pool, somebody snatching them out the grocery store and then losing them.
Yeah, I don't think I want to have children because I couldn't take if anything happened to them.
Is that why you're dragging your heels with Luke?
He's made it very clear he wants to move forward. People have a habit of disappearing out of my life.
Me and Lindsay are still here.
For how long? You know, I thought Lindsay and Tom would be together forever.
Well, sometimes life gets you on the blind side. I never planned on Ed getting shot and winding up in a wheelchair, but it happened. Life goes on, and you make the best of it because it's the only one you get. If you're strong and push through the pain and the fear, you often find that happiness is waiting for you on the other side.
And if you're not strong enough,
then that is what your friends are for. To give you a gentle push or a kick in the ass.
The more we come here, the more I realize I miss my mom.
I have the opposite problem. I can't get rid of mine. She'll probably outlive us both.
Jessica!
Here we go.
You should have called me. I look like a mess.
No, you look fine. Do you know where Harold is?
He's watching TV. Aren't you going to introduce me to your friend?
Right. Do you remember you met the other day? This is Inspector Jacoby, and I'm Inspector Lindsay Boxer.
How do you do?
Always a pleasure, ma'am.
Winnie, do you know what happened to Edna?
I'm afraid she passed away.
Yes, from a drug overdose. Someone was using her to smuggle heroin back from Mexico. Do you know anything about that?
There are a lot of bad things going on around here.
Like what kind of bad things?
Well, I'm pretty sure someone is taking pictures of me when I'm bathing. You know, like for those girly calendars. I have alerted Administrator Douglas, and I don't think he believes me. Or perhaps you could speak to him for me.
Yes. We will look into that.
Thank you.
Well, that was helpful.
Can we talk to you for a minute, Mr. Larson? Harold. Nice try, Harold. Oh, God, I think he really is dead this time.
Hey, what happened?
I don't know. The guy looked dead. Maybe somebody gave him a shot of bad heroin.
Why?
He was snooping around. He called me earlier and said he needed to talk to me.
Where's Jacoby?
Back at the retirement center, questioning all the residents and staff. I'm gonna go over there later.
Your friend was lucky you found him when he did. He's not dying, but he sure came close. Hello.
Was it heroin?
No. No. He's extremely hypoglycemic. He's about 10 minutes away from slipping into a coma, which is strange considering he's not diabetic.
Could someone have induced this on purpose?
Yeah, I guess if they really wanted to. Insulin overdose would do it. Almost impossible to pick up at an autopsy, too. Listen, I've got to get back to her chronic COPD. Or...
Wait, I'm gonna have a uni babysit Harold tonight, okay? I don't want anybody getting near him.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all could pretend to be a little less in love for my sake.
Trying. What now?
Now we find the person who tried to give Harold a dirt nap.
Is there some next of kin we should be notifying?
Apparently not. The guy doesn't have anybody. You know, I don't want to get old. I don't think it's a good idea. You know, things stop working and people have to take care of you. No.
Isn't that what kids are for? You birth your own caregivers for your twilight years.
Wow, that is some maternal instinct you have there.
The truth is, you can't count on family.
Or spouses. Women outlive men long after they've outgrown them. We'll probably end up in a condo in Boca Raton. I see lots of floppy hats and big sunglasses and acrylic nails in our future.
I think you need to go home. You're getting delirious.
No, I'm gonna wait till the uni gets here. I'll see you in the morning.
And I don't want excuses or explanations or anything. I want you to make sure that it doesn't happen again ever. Now, label it and make a note that it was on the floor and is most likely contaminated.
I can come back.
No. Just had a bit of a conniption fit.
Do those hurt? Sorry.
I came in here to do some work, and there's evidence on the floor. No one seems to notice or care. They just drop it and leave it there like it's peanut shells at a ball game. I didn't even notice until I felt a crunch under my shoe.
Ew. Was it a finger? Well, I don't know.
No, it was the vermiculite from Reese Bentley's crime scene.
Oh, the insulation.
Insulation, packing material, soil additive. They even used it to make in-ground pools.
Wait, what?
In-ground pools. They used it to make sure the bottom's smooth.
The other part, soil?
Yeah.
Oh, I think you might owe your tech an apology. I don't think that was spilled. What if it came off of someone's shoes or their clothes like it did at Reese Bentley's apartment? Dennis Iverson, Edna's son-in-law, was here yesterday picking up his mother-in-law's things, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what he does for a living? Landscaping. I saw his truck at his house. Boxer. Jacoby Okay, great. I'll be there in a second. Listen, I need you to get Dennis Iverson in custody now. We have evidence that he was at Reese Bentley's apartment. Okay, thanks. Harold's woken up. Maybe he has something for me. Other than an erection. Why would someone try to kill you, Harold?
Maybe I was getting a little too nosy. I was playing detective. Did you know that Edna was beginning to get nervous she might not be able to stay on at the home? Her money had run out.
What about her daughter?
She was nice, but she didn't have any dough. Probably because of her husband, Dennis. Real creep. He shows up at Pacific Shores at least once a week doing the landscaping, but he never once popped in to say hello to Edna. Unless it was to ask for more money.
Money for what?
Maybe his business was in trouble. Edna had a nice little nest egg when she first came here, but now it was gone and they were threatening to kick her out.
With Dennis?
No. The administrator, Alan Douglas. I was snooping around his office looking for clues, and he was not amused.
Well, did you find anything?
No drugs, but a lot of porno. Seems Douglas really likes large women. I mean, some of these broads could have played for the Broncos.
Harold, focus. Did Alan Douglas threaten anyone else at Pacific Shores?
2 or 3 of the residents were in financial trouble. Some of them signed their estates over to Pacific Shores in exchange for staying on at the home. Now the dough was gone all of a sudden, and they were worried they were going to be kicked out.
These people, did they all go to Mexico?
Yep.
Harold was right. Dennis Iverson's landscape company was in trouble. Yeah, so much so that he was paying ex-cons under the table to work for him. And at least one of them has a drug record.
Okay, can you get me warrants for Iverson's house, his trucks, his warehouse?
Already in the works. I also opened up Pacific Shores financial records. I'm gonna need a forensic accountant to dig through it all, but it looks like somebody was making some very bad investments.
But Dennis wouldn't have had access to that.
No, but somebody who worked there would. Somebody like Administrator Alan Douglas. He was investing money he was supposed to be holding in trust for the residents and keeping the profits for himself until the market crashed.
Did you know that he used to be a nurse? Guess where he went to school? University of Tulco, Mexico, baby.
So Alan Douglas needed to replace the money he lost investing. Why not drug smuggling? He had the Mexican connection, nursing know-how, an adequate supply of mules. But he couldn't do it on his own. And he knew Dennis Iverson was desperate to keep his mother-in-law in Pacific Shores, and Dennis had cons working for him. Oh, this is good. You're good. We're good. We set?
Yeah.
Excuse us.
I called him at work and told him we had some information on his mother-in-law's death.
How long has he been in there?
About 20 minutes.
Good. He should be just getting squirmy by now.
And hot. I turned the heat up in there before he got here.
You are evil. This is why I love you. What about the wife?
Should be here any minute.
Okay, I'm gonna soften him up a bit before she gets here. Do you still have the heroin from Reese Bentley's house? I'm gonna tell him that we found his fingerprints on the drugs.
Ooh, who's evil now?
I was beginning to think you guys forgot about me. It's kind of hot in here.
Really? Because it doesn't feel hot to me.
So what's going on? Did you guys find something? What's that?
Well, you tell us. Your fingerprints are all over it.
What? I don't even know what that is.
You're barely making ends meet. Your business is crashing. You couldn't even afford to keep your wife's mother in a retirement community. So you came up with a plan to make the old girl a drug mule.
You're crazy.
You took 30 or so down to Mexico for a trip. You picked, I don't know, 2 or 3 and fed them a dozen balloons of heroin. Then you gave them anti-diarrhea medicine so they couldn't unload the drugs until they smuggled them all the way back to the retirement community, where you then pumped them full of laxatives.
I haven't been to Mexico in years.
Do you know what vermiculite is?
Yeah, we use it to treat the soil. Why?
Because it was found in the morgue after you came in to claim Edna's personal effects.
So maybe I had some on my boots. You know? What's that got to do with anything?
We found some in Reese Bentley's apartment. Must have come off your boots when you killed her.
I didn't kill anyone.
You use senior citizens as drug mules? It was a great plan until Edna died on the plane. You knew there would be an autopsy. You knew we would find the drugs, so you needed a scapegoat. Reese Bentley. She was on the trip. She lived by herself, so you killed her, covered up to make it look like a drug overdose.
You know what? I've heard enough of this, so I'm leaving.
We have search warrants for your house, your car, your business.
No, we are leaving.
Is it true?
Honey, don't listen to them. They don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Did you kill my mother?
Of course not.
The district attorney's office is willing to cut you a deal right now if you cooperate. You could be looking at life behind bars.
Oh my God.
No, honey, don't listen to them, all right? They're bluffing.
We've already arrested 2 of your ex-con workers, including a drug dealer named Vega. Now, we're giving you the chance to roll on them before they roll on you, unless you want to be bunk buddies in San Quentin.
Dennis!
Just shut up, all right? Just shut up. Do you have any idea how much it costs to keep your mother in that damn place?
So you killed her?
This whole thing wasn't even my idea, okay? It was Alan Douglas. No one was supposed to get hurt. Look, the old folks went along with it if it meant that they got to stay in the retirement community. Threatened to put them on the street if they didn't go along with it.
So what happened to Reese Bentley?
He said that she knew something, and he wanted to scare her into not talking. She didn't know anything. He lied to me to get me to go with. Alan Douglas killed her to cover his tracks.
Very nice.
Mr. Douglas? Excuse me, Mr. Douglas? We have a warrant for your arrest.
Stop! Get down! Back off! Or I'll shoot her!
Winnie, just relax, all right? He is not going to shoot you.
I will if you don't put down the guns. I mean it.
You are not going to shoot her or anybody else today. You see? I was counting. I do this for a living. I gotta tell you, I hate amateurs.
You handcuffed him under one? Very impressive, Houdini.
Don't you sweet talk me. You could have tackled him.
I just got this suit. Get out.
So Dennis and Douglas both needed money. One of them had a Mexican connection and a supply of potential mules, and the other had a network of ex-cons with drug backgrounds.
That's a match made in heaven.
Something tells me that's not where they're gonna end up.
Let's hope not. Here's to putting a few more bad guys away. Nice work, ladies. Cheers.
Uh-oh, put away your alcohol. I'll monitor.
Oh, hey, sorry, ladies, didn't mean to interrupt. I just want to congratulate you on the Dennis Iverson Administrator Douglas arrest. Nice work.
I had some help.
Well, we've had no more ODs, so word's out there.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna head back upstairs.
Okay.
Nice seeing you, Tom.
Bye.
Have a nice night, ladies. Enjoy those beers.
You take far too much delight in watching him squirm.
Oh, come on, that was fun. I love seeing them in that awkward, I hope they're not talking about my penis size moment.
Okay. Speaking of which, Jill and I have been talking, and we think we have another guy you should meet.
Okay, conversation's over. I'm out of here.
What? I thought we were gonna have a celebration dinner.
I can't. I have a date.
With who?
I can't say.
I have a date too. I don't. I'm single and hungry.
How do you feel about Chinese takeout with me and my family?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, haven't seen my kids at a dinner table.
Thought you were going out with Lindsay and Claire.
Change of plans.
Oh, lucky me. Nice music. Who is it?
Old friend of mine's album.
It's good.
Yeah. I don't want to get married.
Okay.
I don't even want to think of having children right now. But I do want to grow old together.
Well, it's a start. But just for the record, you are going to marry me one of these days. I mean, it might take me 30 or 40 years to wear you down, but I'm going to get there.
Looking good, Winnie. Looking good. You heading for the dining room?
No, I'm going out for dinner tonight. I have a date.
Oh, mercy. You ladies care for an escort this evening?
Oh, maybe some other time, Harold. We have a lot of girl talk to catch up on.
Your loss.
You ready?
Sorry I can't dine with you ladies tonight. I'm having dinner with my daughter. So, are you seeing anybody?
No.
Why not? You know, I've always told you the best way to get over a broken heart is to fall in love with someone new.
Really?
Either that or a hot and heavy affair with a total stranger. No, really.